Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1861 of What You Up To Now, documenting the journey and sharing my lessons learned and my experience over the last, 5 years online and almost 50 years owning and operating businesses, as well as over a quarter century of that, simultaneously working in corporate America in different industries, 27 plus different industries offline. And then I came online and I've worked with literally hundreds of different businesses and industries online and learned a lot. And I like to take lessons from that as well as from my experiences and learn from them so that I don't have to learn everything the hard way and figure everything out for myself. I used to be super stubborn and think I had to learn it all myself and figure it all out myself. And I realized that that was an impediment to me growing and creating what it is and was that I wanted to see and create in the world. So today our idiom for supersize your business was learn things the hard way. And I said, well, we can learn things the hard way, and we're going to do that automatically. We're going to learn lessons from our losses, our failures, our missed experiments, our roads and decisions that we make that aren't really right for us, but we think they are at the time. And so we'll make plenty of those on our own, but why not find ways to build and grow and supersize our business in easier ways instead of harder ways? That's one of the ways we work smarter instead of harder. Now, I believe that you got to do both. You have to work hard and you have to put forth effort to create what it is you want to see in the world, as well as working smart. It isn't a hard or smart, it's both. And that's a shocker for a lot of people, but it's the truth. And so if you want to create something extraordinary or even a little above average, you're going to have to put forth some effort, right? What we put into things is what we get out of them. So I shared 15 different ways that are easier to grow and build and supersize your business than, number one, they weren't even available in the past. I mean, email lists, social media, franchising is a lot easier than it used to be. Becoming international is way easier than it used to be. You just do a webinar, put a website up, and you can now reach a couple hundred countries easily and effortlessly with the click of a button or the click of your mouse, however you happen to work. Or nowadays you can talk into your cell phone and do the same thing. So I shared 15 ways to do that, to make that are easier than the old ways, than the old hard ways. Believe it or not, business can get more complicated and more complicated, but if we're smart, we're simplifying, creating systems and processes that automate the things that ought to be automated in our businesses, and then looking for new opportunities, serving people in better, different ways than we have in the past. So we talked about a bunch of those things. Our topic for our annual challenge, the Get Your Goals annual challenge, we're focusing on emotions this month. And I shared a bunch of lessons that I've learned, emotional lessons that I've learned with that group today. And then I share a process for making sure you're pulling lessons out of your experiences, and with respect to especially emotional lessons this month. So I shared some of the emotional lessons that I've learned, and then I shared a process, just a simple 5-step process to identify and make sure that you're learning the lessons. Because one of the lessons I've learned about emotional experiences is that if I don't learn the lesson that the experience was there to teach me, I will repeat it. It won't come back in the exact same way because I'm very creative about creating problems that are slightly different to try to get my attention, as we all are. It'll come back in some way until I learn that lesson. I can think of hundreds of examples of that in my life where I had an experience, I learned some lessons, but I didn't learn the lesson that it was there to really show me and teach me. And so then I'd have a different experience that was slightly different, but underneath it had the same lesson. And there were some mistakes I had to make and lessons I had to learn the hard way, but I started getting smarter about it, reading and learning and growing and having mentors and coaches and hanging out with masterminds and people that had been there and done the things that I wanted to do so that I could learn from the mistakes they had made. So I got to create my own, but I didn't make the same mistakes that they did. So I shortcut and was easier on myself and on my processes over the years. All right, that's all I've got today. I'm working on a new certification today for myself. I'm getting a new certification, which I haven't done one for a while in anything because, it's just like anything else. It's just a piece of paper. It's kind of like a diploma. Can't believe I'm saying that given all the education I've had throughout my lifetime and all the courses and things I've taken. It seems funny, but it really is just going through and learning someone's system and then getting, the stamp of approval to be certified at something. I've even created my own certification programs, believe it or not. So if I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, have an absolutely amazing day and week, but I will be with you tomorrow.